Everyone, Voodoo here, and I'm here today with the first, I guess, depends how you count the heroic and select video, but the first of the mythic videos. We do a deep dive on each of the fights as Havoc, and just talk about, like how to do the most damage, different pain points in the fight, and just certain specific stuff Havoc can do in each fight for you all. So in this video, it is Bloodbound Horror and Ulgrax. I almost said Overnax, Ulgrax. The first two, we'll have another video doing Sikran and Rashanon out later, and then the final four bosses, Overnax, Kaibeza, Silken, and Queen Ansarak, are all going to be one video a piece as I get there, kill them, and prog them, and stuff like that. So first two today should be a pretty quick one, talking about mostly how to parse, less so how to prog in this fight, but I will do some pain points as well. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you like seeing this content, and let's get on to it. Before we get to the real part here, this is the talent tree I used. For both these fights, there are ads, so honestly, taking Sigil of Misery isn't that big of a deal. I'd probably take it just because it's like maybe slightly going to be useful for you, but in the long scheme, it's not really going to be that big of a deal, but yeah, you might as well take it. You could also just drop that and the movement speed thing for some parry stuff. If you end up getting parried, you'll get a little bit of fury that way, but that won't really matter too much. I am taking Darkness, even though it is technically a DPS loss. It's just a good button to have, especially in raid. If you need 3-minute Darkness, you will drop 1 point of Flames of Fury to pick it up. Obviously, use as you want, but this is the hero talent tree and the spec talent tree. You're not really going to change this. This is just our best single target build. Also, what this does is a ton of burst AoE because of Felsguard, so that's pretty good there. But realistically, though, there's not a ton you can change. There is one if you want to take Wave of Debilitation for a little bit extra, like slow and add damage reduction for your tanks. It's kind of fine, but realistically, not a big deal. There you go. Those are talents. There will be a link in the description, and let's get on to Ulgrax. All right, so Ulgrax. Ulgrax is the very first fight. Honestly, not a great fight. I don't really enjoy it. I think the forced downtimes kind of suck. Is what it is. But this is my kill most recently from like a few days ago. I don't remember when I'm posting this, but whatever. So single target fight with a lot of ads and intermission. Havoc's job in this fight really is to blow up those ads to help you get through the intermission quicker. So you will use your meta on pull here, as I do. Now, one thing, you can actually trinket pre-pull, and I would recommend doing that if you have Treacherous Transmitter. It's something I just started doing towards the end of this night. I wasn't doing it on these first two videos, you'll see. Whenever we get to Rashanon, you should see that. But if you're using Trinket on pull, I recommend just sending a little early. Just helps it come up a little bit better, helps you do part of the part of finding. Also, shout out to Wabe for subscribing at the start of that. But it just helps you kind of do your opener a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about finding the trinket while the pull is happening. You can kind of do most of the requirements before pull, which I think is really good. You have 14 seconds to do the thing, so as long as you prop it within a reasonable amount, you'll be fine. So the name of the game here, the only real hard part of this phase, do not touch these things. They will stun you, and they also have a weird area of effect to them. So best way to do here is just stay as far away from them as you can, like hang out over here, probably a better part for me to hang out. And just don't be near people, because if one of these people triggered this, it would AoE splash and hit you. So whenever you get those things, you want to clear them as much as you can. Other people in your raid can clear them. Warriors with Bladestorm can clear them. Paladins can clear them with Bubble. I think Hunters can with Turtle. Mages could with Ice Block, although good luck with that one. And then I believe DKs can with IBF as well. But that's really all that kind of happens. There's nothing else really that goes on. In this fight too, a really good thing is that during this phase, you want to just send your stuff on cooldown up until you hit the final point. So again, you're just watching out for these swirlies here. They generally line up pretty well with Havoc not needing to use them. If you want to use your Darkness, there's 2 points to do it. One good point is whenever he throws out these dots, Venomous Lash, when he throws a bunch of damage on you. That's probably the best part in this phase, because it's kind of the only damage in this phase. You could do it on the split, but Darkening a single hit is never really good. Only other time is going to be during the intermission on tanks. So I got Soak here, so I run out nice and early. You can greed this a lot more, especially if you are the person having to soak, but I go and get in place just so that I don't, mess up the raid. But let's say I have this, like it's my turn to soak, and you should soak. I'd probably go in at like 2 seconds, so I turn around and Fel Rush, and you'd make it pretty easy. But nothing I can do about that. Now the pull on this is very strong. You can see I just managed to go in and get a Blade Dance off. That's probably the most I do, and that's with full movement speed. So just be careful with it. You can go and hit the boss with like one ability if you're really trying to eke out damage, but really just be careful. That thing will kill you in the middle if you do it. So here I did send Hunt. I think it's better to send here just so that you don't lose a use. But I am holding I-Beam, I am holding Meta. The reason for that, also he's going to go immune here in a second, but is that all these bugs are going to spawn. Now all these bugs, all these eggs will turn into a little bug, and that is where a lot of Havoc's damage will come from. So there we go, he goes to the middle, that will kill you if you touch it. Be careful, most important thing is just watch out for that. I'm kind of AFKing here, waiting for stuff to spawn. Probably should be doing a little bit more damage in this area, but like whatever, I'm just playing safe. Trying to get my circle. I just fell out, hide just to be safe. And then you're gonna blast meta here and just blow up these ads. Probably a little late. No, this is pretty good. You want to save it till they're mostly grouped up, which generally they should be at this point. And you want to just blow up these ads as much as possible with your meta. Reason for this is that it just makes this phase much quicker and you can go back to doing the boss. This is probably the scariest part of the fight because of how much damage goes out if he sticks around for a while. So I'm on these ads, I'm killing them, and then you, of course, once they start dying off, want to grab the Viscera on the ground, and you want to run it in as much as you can. I grab one here. My extra action button wasn't working, so I had to manually kick it down at the bottom. So target the boss and then use it. But just throw those in, and then you're clear to go back into the intermission. Out of the intermission, sorry. And that's just kind of rinse and repeat. So just save your meta for the intermissions. If you want a darkness intermissions, I think it's also fine. Like here or something for the tank is a pretty reasonable time because you also have the dot going on, and you'll cleave some of your raid that way with darkness, so that you're getting the tanks for melees, but also the raid for the dot. Otherwise, there's not a ton of great times, and then just AoE blast those, save your meta for the intermission, and dunk the little Viscera so you get out of this intermission, and there's less time of you guys just doing no damage because he takes 99% reduced damage during this. So you want to get out of this as fast as possible. There were some people in my raid group just hitting it while I had the shield, which is kind of whatever. But you know, hopefully that should happen. In that intermission there, once the bugs are dead, highest priority is just doing that and getting all the Viscera in. And then it's just rinse and repeat. There's nothing else that really crazy happens in this fight. So if you want to see the full video of me killing this boss, there's about 4 more minutes, right? There's another intermission that goes on. It just kind of repeats, the same stuff happens, right? Wait till the bugs come up. My trinket's a little off. Probably worth it to hold it there for this part. But again, like you just kind of AoE blast in this area and just kind of kill everything, right? So maybe worth to hold your trinket. I get it very late here, but it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. And there you go. Best way to do it is just to kill the boss pretty quick, avoid the webs as much as possible, use your meta on the bugs, and then dunk those as much as you can and as fast as you can, because that will let you phase from this. And you can see there, pretty real damage comes out from the boss. So there you go. That's Ulgrax. If you want to see the final one, boom. See, this is what happened. We got stunned. Someone stepped on it. AoE cleaved us. The warlock started to catch up to me, which is upsetting. But yeah, so that's that. Full video will be up on Twitch. I'll link in the description. Let's go into Bloodbound Horror. All right, Bloodbound Horror time. So this one's gonna be a little different if you're in group 1 or group 2. So this one is a single target fight with burst ad phases. There's 2. Your raid has to be split into 2. I was always in the second phase, and we're talking about some crazy tech for second phase stuff if you're trying to like pad that may be better. I tried it this week. We need more data to be sure, but it's definitely something. And then also about first phase group. First phase group, I haven't done a ton, but we can talk about it. So here I am second phase group, so I'm actually holding meta. Now, I think if you're first phase, holding meta here is also fine. I am doing my I-Beam combo. You should do that on cooldown. There's no point in really ever holding that. Basically, just hold till the ads if you want to try and parse. Now, if you're trying to kill this boss the first time and you don't need more ad damage, you should send your meta here to do a ton of damage to the boss, because Havoc does a lot of burst damage with meta. You can see Vin here, my other Demon Hunter, did use meta, did a lot of damage to the boss, but that's not what we're here for. That is not what we're here for. We're here to parse. We are parse lords, we're pad lords. So yeah, progging, send it here. If you're not progging, I would hold it till you go downstairs. Reason for that, if you're going downstairs in the first phase, I would hold everything, honestly, and then see how close, you can kind of see at the corner of the eye here. They're all tightly packed up. You can just blow them up in an instant. But if you're going down second, you want to just use everything on cooldown. I end up holding because while progging, it was a good idea to hold for your next down phase. But if you're going down second, you actually can send this meta here, this I-Beam combo here. So this should be sent immediately. Like right now, I need to be using it. I'm not. It's a goof. It is a big goof. I realized my mistake like right here. I'm like, oh shit, I should have done that. So I'm about, how many seconds off is that? 10 seconds. That's a big deal, and it will come up later. It will come up to bite me in the behind later when we go downstairs. So don't make the mistake I made and hold it there. Again, if you are progging, it's fine to hold because if you want to make sure you're killing the ads. But if you're going on second, the I-beams kind of line up anyways. Shout out to that person for following the stream too. There you go. And here we go with our down phase. So I'll have meta here. I would have I-beam up in 13 seconds, not 23 seconds, like an idiot. And we're just using it. I should use VR. Okay, I do. Cool. But this will come up with, ideally should be 3 seconds left on it. But again, we get it with 10 seconds. So here you can I-beam, blast everything, meta, blast everything. You'll do a ton of damage here. I unfortunately have to wait, but this is just such a good part to blow everything up. You see, I honestly just send meta, even though it caused everything to kind of desync. I send meta and I hold I-beam at the end. We lose out on 2 demon surges there, but kind of just want to do that just to get it on CD and not have to wait longer. But again, if you're holding properly, you don't need to do that. And you can see down here, if I, well, my mouse is on the screen, but you can kind of see down here, I climb back up the DPS meters. Again, don't do that. Just send your I-beam as soon as available. You'll get another use, way better than the holding thing there. But now we have to run out. Not a ton else. So there is one other little Havoc thing besides that. This beam, you can double jump over if you're ever out of position. Now, don't be out of position, but if you do find yourself in a sticky situation, you can really just like double jump over it and it will end up being just better for you. Otherwise though, not a ton. So once you meta there, you will obviously just send your stuff as it comes up, and it will lead you to getting another meta as you go down the next time. So see here, everything is actually synced up this time, or at least it will be once we go downstairs. We're gonna get it right as the boss dies. So I'm holding my thing here. Hi Goose, my cat's meowing. So I'm holding my thing here, and then we will get I-beam here. Again, a little tiny touch desynced, but this one doesn't really matter. Everything will end up dying basically on CD here. Didn't really have to hold. I meant to use a potion early in the fight. I forgot, so I used it on this set, which is like, again, like it's fine. But yeah, so just blowing everything up. They honestly died too fast. So we had to run all the way over here. I missed with Essence Break. I'm just a touch too far to hit this horror, which is a big L, honestly. This video is really exposing me here. But yeah, you know, I'm just killing the ads. And boss is honestly dead. I probably should have just turned and killed boss, but nothing too crazy here. Darkness, there's not really good darkness point. If you want to just darkness, like whenever you have dots on you, you can darkness the wave, like the frontal. Otherwise, nothing crazy. There might be some crazy tech with using not shadow meld, nether walk to take 2 of the frontals. Now, I don't know how that'll work. If you're in group 1, you might be able to also go down with group 2. By doing that. If you're in group 2, you'll die. I guess you could maybe do it by going down group 1, using meta there, nether walking your set, and then just it'll drop off by the time you get back around to the 3rd set. I'm not sure if it goes through immunities or not. I have not tested it. I had not wanted to test it because we should be one-shotting this and it's just a waste of me existing. But we'll see, I guess. That could be something that comes up. I'll put a note if that does change, but try that if you want to. I might try it next time, just see what happens with that one. But yeah, so there you go. That's Bloodbound Horror. Nothing really too crazy. If you want to see the full Talkie Man fight, it's on Twitch. I'll link in the description. But really, it's just like holding meta for the ad phase, I think is going to be your best bet. I-beams I would not hold. Just send them on CD and they line up pretty well. But meta I would hold for that down phase. I'd probably hold your trinket as well, just for meta in this fight because of that. My cat is meowing, so I'm gonna go. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have ones to the rest of the bosses as well. Sikran and Roshanon should be on its way soon, maybe next week. And the other bosses will happen whenever I finish them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. A big thank you to all of my channel members. Thank you, Sky Elk, Andrew Keenel, 100,001 Zans, Brad Wisniak, Felfa Darren Dark Terror, and Magic Man 133. Thank you all so much. If you want to help support me and help fund the channels and the videos, follow the link in the description to become a channel member and get some cool perks in the process. Again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.